50 Cent recently shared a video by Gene Deal on his Instagram, calling out one of Diddy's alleged former associates. As more stories surface, claims about people Diddy was secretly connected to are coming into the spotlight. Some of the names now being mentioned are surprising, to say the least.
And the dude said, yo, I'm here for my cousin. I said, who your cousin? And he said, Ja Rule. I said, well, he busy right now. He said, he busy doing what? I said, he with Puff. They're in the room. They busy. They don't want to be bothered. He said, well, I'm going in there. I said, bro, you ain't going in there because he told me they don't want nobody to be bothered him. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed it and threw him against the piano. When I threw him into the piano, Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, Jay, that's my cousin. He know me well. And Puff was like, yo, Jay, what happened? I said, he tried to get in the room. I told him he couldn't get in the room. And he was like, Puff looked at Ja. He said, yo, Ja said, you didn't want to go in that room because there's a lot of freaking going on.
Gene Deal begins by talking about Ja Rule. According to Gene, Diddy allegedly spent private time with Ja behind closed doors. While the beginning of the story is already shocking, it still doesn't compare to the reason Gene claims Diddy was doing it. Gene suggests that everything Diddy did was calculated, and even moments that seemed awkward or accidental were intentional. To understand what really happened inside that room, Gene says you have to hear his full explanation.
So when we went to the door, they gave him a brown paper bag. So I guess this is a place that he was used to and people knew him there. So when they gave him a brown paper bag, Puff was just going around the store, just picking items off the shelves and stuff like that, putting them in the brown paper bag. So then, I was behind him and no Diddy, but I was about 3 feet behind him, you know what I'm saying, as he was putting stuff and putting it in his bag and stuff like that. So there's one particular place that he was put up there, he had to reach up kind of high and get it. So he just started pulling things out. And he was pulling a lot of them off there. So I was like, so I looked up and the thing said butt plugs. When he walking down the things of butt plugs, I said, hey, yo, just to mess with him. I said, hey, yo, what are you getting these for? And he said, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yes, you can. And I waited up at the register for him, because they had the big counter up there. So when he came to the counter, I said, yo, I'm finna see what this this mofo is putting in his bag. Cause I know he gonna have to take everything and put it on the counter so the dude could count it, right? My man, when he came there, he gave the dude a wad of hundreds like this. You know what I'm saying? He gave him a wad of hundreds and just put it up there. The dude ain't even, you know what I'm saying? He ain't even want to know what was in the bag. I was like, yo.
You heard that correctly. Gene alleges that Diddy regularly paid for adult material involving Ja, and that this was not a time situation. According to the story, the clerk appeared familiar with Diddy's purchases, treating them as routine. To some, this supports the idea that Diddy expected attention and visibility, which ties back to why Ja was allegedly involved in the first place.
This whole time him and Ja is talking, he talking about Ja going at Jigga. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. But he was talking about Ja getting at Jay-Z. And he was talking bad and talking crazy about Jay-Z, and how Ja was talking about if it wasn't for him, that Jay wouldn't be the artist he was. He got him started. He wrote certain things and stuff like that to put him out there. Because, back in the day, nobody was even effing with Jay like that. So, but Puff was he was adamant about Ja going at Jay. You understand? So, we get to the hotel. We're in the presidential suite and all this stuff like that.
Gene further claims that Diddy wanted to use Ja as leverage against Jay-Z. The private gathering was allegedly meant to gain control over him. Jay-Z reportedly appeared confused by what was happening. Gene says there were 2 women present with Diddy and Jay, one of whom was allegedly Diddy's former partner, Sarah Chapman. According to Gene, She was chosen deliberately due to her past connection with Tupac, which he believes was meant as a sign of disrespect.
You know, something, and like I said that they was doing something. I don't know what the F they were doing, bruh. The only reason I know was some freaky things going up in there that Ja really didn't even understand, because he said, yo, you ain't want to be up in there because there's a whole lot of freaky going on. So I was like, I wouldn't have known nothing. I wouldn't even care. And I don't care today. But you know how the internet is. They cut and paste what they want to paste, and they put what they want to put to make it seem like I was saying this dude and Puff was in there, you know, alone, and they wasn't. You understand? And that was them. You know, they did their thing, you know, up in there with the honeys in there. I guess. I can only guess. So, listen, bro, I've said this 1,000 times. It was Sarah Chapman and her girlfriend. Now, Sarah Chapman, you know, if people don't know who she is, now she's one of Puff baby mamas. But prior to her being one of Puff baby mama, this is the same girl that was dating Puff best friend, Corey Jacobs, and she was dating Tupac. Whatever they did, that's on them. But that's the kind of games Puff played in order to get people to do what he wanted them to do. You understand? He got them, he wanted Ja to go at Jay-Z, so he got these chicks to go at Ja. You understand what I'm saying? Whether he did it or fell into it, I don't know. Because I don't know him and Jay-Z beef or why they was beefing in the first place or whatever the situation was. People who are close to either one of them may know more than I do on that. But I knew Puff was working to get Ja to go at Jay, and that was happening on that particular day.
Since Gene shared the story, Ja Rule has largely stayed out of the spotlight. Commentators have suggested that Diddy may have used the situation as a way to exert influence over him. Ja Rule eventually addressed the Diddy documentary on Twitter, stating that 50 Cent didn't care about the victims and only made the documentary due to their long-standing rivalry.
This Diddy letting a lot of people know. This was wilding and freaking and picking up in the 90s until they realized that, hold up, wait, there's no statute of limit. I'm serious.
Yeah, no, you're right.
A lot of them niggas was getting into freak out. Listen, yo, there's been a couple names mentioned that we ain't seen them since. Everybody lay low. It's like everybody ducking. We ain't get another brunch forever. No more brunches.
Yeah, no.
Ever since Gene Deal said that Ja Rule came out of the joint with a towel, I ain't seen Ja since. What does Ja Rule think now? And Ja's my man, but still, what does he think?
Yeah, I feel you.
And he should say nothing, right? He should say nothing, like, because we're in the time that when these moments happen, anything you say makes you look more guiltier. Be like, oh, how many parties had? Like, you don't even want to be down to answer the questions. And you can't also even say, because I do think this is a legit answer for some of these people. Truth be told, that type of school parties was what was happening at the time. People are gonna take that answer to be, oh, so all y'all were doing it. So all y'all were doing exactly what Diddy did. So again, you can't say nothing about it.
Another name rumored to be connected to Diddy is Meek Mill. Some even speculate that 50 Cent himself could have been involved. According to reports, Diddy invited 50 to go shopping with him one-on-one, but 50 declined. After that, Diddy allegedly made the same offer to Meek Mill. What happened next is something 50 later spoke about publicly.
Close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. This is really happening. I'm just saying to you. No, stop it, man. You set that up. Look, you set that up. There's he's in the same shirt.
What do you mean he's in the same shirt?
Well, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like you go, I'm like, nah, it was odd. Like, this is some of the things that people say, like, girls, guys may say to a girl, you know, like, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think is happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on.
Wow,
there.
they found Kendrick and Whiteface.
You can't dress up Kendrick like that. Oh, you can't dress him up like that.
No, it's jokes.
That's like the White Chicks movie, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah, that was comedy. That was good.
Yeah, but that was
get away with Whiteface.
You know, that's obviously doing chopping. They got the same outfit.
Yeah, it's
Wore
true.
it in public.
Meek Mill has denied these claims since they first appeared. However, critics point out that he was seen wearing matching outfits with Diddy, which raised eyebrows. What made the situation even more unusual is that, unlike other allegations, Meek was reportedly handling certain purchases himself. Afterward, Meek unintentionally drew more attention to the controversy through his own responses.
Friends in the industry, Vlad.
But it seemed like they were actually had a relationship.
It's no friends in the industry, Vlad. There ain't no friends in the industry. I think a lot of people, you see all the silence we hearing now? I think Ray J kind of said, even though Ray J's kind of going a little cuckoo recently, love him. But here's there's a lot of people silent. And there's three reasons. One, they got some skeleton in their closet. They're like, let me not jump in because I don't want them to look at me. Two, some of them was at these parties and they may have freaked off a couple girls with Diddy.
Yeah.
And
Or
three,
guys.
yeah, or guys, right? And the third version is literally them trying to figure out, like, I don't want to be against this guy if he beats it. So everybody's been watching it. So they're watching it and they'll be like,
At this point, Meek appears unable to fully separate his name from Diddy. Repeatedly addressing the situation publicly has only kept the discussion alive. Meek has claimed that someone is deliberately running a smear campaign to associate him with Diddy. He believes this is part of a broader effort to target black rappers and has stated he intends to uncover who is behind it. Meek even tweeted that he was willing to pay significant money to hire an investigative team to examine the situation and the media narrative surrounding it.
Allegations of drug use with underage girls. He has claimed online that his success in the industry, as well as his work to reform the criminal justice system, has made him a target. And Meek Mill is very active on X, formerly Twitter. He has voiced his thoughts about the lawsuit as well as the rumors. In September, he tweeted, quote, "From the streets of Philly to becoming a millionaire to helping reform the system to bridging a gap of billionaires to interacting with the rap culture that results in success. It's a lot of people hating on me on the low. They don't play with guns. They do campaigns." And he also tweeted several times about the rumors surrounding his sexuality. For example, one tweet reads, "I have the right to say I ain't gay and I'll trash anybody that play with my manhood. LOL." Then earlier this week, he put an offer on the table, a $100,000 reward for anyone who can figure out how he got named in Rodney Jones' lawsuit in the first place. He tweeted, "I want to hire an investigative team, $100K cash, to find out every specific detail involving Meek Mill name to Diddy case. I also want them to look at who is powering the media involving Meek, anything to do with Buddy." And then in quotes, "something not right." And then he followed that up minutes later with, "The streets know what's up with me. That's not the case. We talking about business side, somebody powering these bad campaigns with Meek Mill. Again, I got $100K for a thorough investigation of what's powering and how exactly my name connect to this."
Then there's Kirk Burrows, someone believed to have been genuinely close to Diddy. Unlike others, Kirk has not fully denied having an intimate relationship with him. Gene Deal believes Diddy and Kirk were involved in a secret relationship and claims Kirk participated in the documentary because he felt betrayed by Diddy's lack of loyalty.
Puff used to do, they didn't talk about this, he used to do The Building, Daddy's House, whereas that unsigned rappers, unsigned artists would rap at this place, and it was called The Building on Monday nights. Then he would do the Red Zone on Wednesday. I would have to go with him and make sure that he was all right and take the money to Kirk Burrows' house after the Red Zone. But I didn't think nothing at the time. At that time, I didn't think nothing of it, that he was spending the night with Kirk Burrows either every Wednesday night. He got a whole girl at home, but he's spending the night with Kirk Burrows. He's staying at Kirk's house. I'm like, yo, all right, cool. Didn't think nothing of it. And then Kirk had made a mention to some people over the years that him and Puff used to wake up and pray together. And I'm, in my mind, I know he's talking about saying prayers and all that shit like that. But in my other mind, I'm thinking some You waking up with a dude praying? What's going on? Then there was a situation that somebody said long time ago in the office. They caught Kirk giving
age-appropriate, inappropriate clothing.
The story becomes even more disturbing when discussing Diddy's childhood. After his father passed away, Diddy's mother reportedly told him he was now the man of the house. According to some of Diddy's childhood friends, this dynamic later crossed inappropriate boundaries. Gene Deal has stated that he believes there was more to Diddy's relationship with his mother than what was publicly visible. There were also claims that she was aware of Diddy's private gatherings and was allegedly present at some of them. Gene says he personally witnessed her there and believes these early family dynamics influenced Diddy's later behavior.
Remember when I said Diddy mother might be the originator of the freak-offs? All right, so tomorrow Peacock is dropping. According to the Rolling Stone, the doc features an alleged childhood friend of Puff's, hip-hop producer Tim Dog Patterson. He alleged that Janice, Diddy's mom, would often throw parties at Diddy's childhood home. He says that during the parties, it wasn't uncommon to walk into rooms where adults was having sex. I mean, that was just their normal. And the doc, when talking about the parties, Tim says, verbatim, "That's what we were privy to. This was what we were fed. Was it desensitizing us?"
She is bad boy. You think it's Diddy. It's Janice Combs. Janice Combs is bad boy. Man, you don't actually sign to Diddy. His name is on a dotted line, but you actually sign it to Janice Combs.
Did he ever tell you why that is, or do you understand?
Oh, now that I'm older, I know exactly what it is. It's a paper trail, so nothing can come bite me. If you come for me, you ain't coming for me. I ain't got nothing. You going to my mama. Good luck with that.
One thing seems difficult to ignore. If Diddy had faced a truly impartial trial, the outcome may have been far more serious. Reports claim that one of the jurors was a fan of Diddy, raising concerns about whether admiration influenced the verdict. The idea that celebrity status could impact such serious legal proceedings raises serious questions about fairness. Gene also criticized Juror 106, alleging that both the juror and Diddy were dishonest when questioned about eye contact in court. In Gene's opinion, those details were not truthfully represented.
And the Juror 106, that goofy black sheep, they sitting there, and when they ask about him making eye contact or about him looking at the jury, they both lied. In my opinion, they both lied. The way when it asked, well, did he ever make eye contact? No. No. Well, see, they gave instructions and said you can't look at him, but the girl sat there and was talking about how he would look over at the jury because he forgot where he was, and how, sometimes he would nod and do this. But you said that he never looked over at the jury. You said that you never made eye contact with him. And then she starts talking about, because I just think that he nods back and forth because he always used to do that. If you were never a fan of him, if you were only a fan of the artist, and you were never a fan of him, and you were never paying, and then the way they were able to edit in him nodding back and forth during making the band and all of that, it's just kind of wild to me that nobody is seeing exactly how compromised these jurors are.
This story goes far beyond one documentary or a single exposed connection. It highlights how power, fame, and silence can allow troubling behavior to continue unchecked. As more insiders come forward, it's clear this story is far from over. To stay updated on every new development, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next.